The East Area Rapist has triggered a wave of fear and terror across Central California.
What's really remarkable about this case and series is just the sheer number of cases involved. He's one of the most prolific serial offenders in California's history.
And he grows even more diabolical as he heads south from Sacramento, while cops try desperately to find and stop him.
After he does the second attack in Stockton, that's where he now starts to toggle back and forth between Modesto and Davis.
And later, the attacker adds an unspeakable touch of horror to his MO. He not only rapes and threatens, he brutally murders all of his victims over the next 2.5 years, leaving a trail of blood from Santa Barbara to Orange County.
He would rape the female victim, and then he would bludgeon the victims to death using an unknown object, usually, but he would take the item, in most cases, from the crime scene.
Lyman and Charlene Smith are an upwardly mobile couple living in Ventura County when the East Area Rapist comes calling. Can you tell me a little bit about this family?
Charlene was 33 years old. She made jewelry. She was kind of a stay-at-home person. Lyman was a very respected and prominent attorney in Santa Paula. It was pretty much expected that he was going to be one of the county's next Superior Court judges.
But that all changes the day Lyman's 13-year-old son from his first marriage shows up to mow the lawn on an otherwise pleasant Sunday afternoon and rings the front doorbell.
And doesn't get an answer. So he tries the door to the front of the house, and it's unlocked. And once he's inside, he sees that there's couch cushions kind of scattered through the family room.
Police say the boy goes into the master bedroom where a clock alarm is buzzing.
He sees his dad and stepmom in bed with the covers pulled over them, and he steps around them to turn the alarm off. And then he realizes that, wait a minute, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they should be awake. He pulls the covers back a little bit and notices it's his dad, and his dad is dead.
The shocking discovery of the murdered remains of Lyman and Charlene Smith, who was also raped, sends waves of fear and alarm through the neighborhood.
Charlene is face up, and Lyman's laying face down in the bed. They're both bound. Their wrists are tied behind their back, and their ankles are also tied together.
Cops secure the grisly crime scene and go to work piecing together how it went down.
Master bedroom window being cracked and the blinds being up. It's our thought that our suspect watched the lights go down, watched them actually get physically into bed. That's also the side of the house where there was firewood stacked. It was pretty obvious that the log that was used as a murder weapon came from that stack of firewood. The murder weapon was basically lying between them in the bed.
A piece of firewood
Yes.
was between them in the bed.
With blood on it, yes. So this is going to be Charlene. This is going to be her autopsy. This is the top of her skull. This is the side. They think for sure there was at least 2 blows with her. The first one would have killed her. There was no need to hit her the second time.
And detectives take note of something odd about the bindings used to tie the wrists of the victims.
Knots that were used on their wrist got classified as a diamond knot. It's like an ornate knot used in decorative stuff and oftentimes maybe sailing.
Can you show me the diamond knots?
Sure. You can see it when they are originally tagged, and here you have the knot, and then you can also see on this side. They tried to recreate, have someone, say a knot expert, redo these knots, and it was difficult for them to do it. This wasn't an everyday knot.
It's a maddening clue, but it only shows up that one time in a gruesome crime spree that leaves 4 couples slaughtered in their bedrooms, along with 2 other women raped and murdered in separate attacks.
She was very outgoing. She had a great smile. And she liked to have fun. She had very high standards for herself and her work and our home.
Included in that appalling death toll is Sherry Domingo, the mother of Debbie Domingo. The 35-year-old woman bludgeoned to death along with her boyfriend, Gregory Sanchez, at her home near Santa Barbara.
They told me that there were 2 bodies in our house and that they believed that my mother was one of them. And they were right.
Debbie was only 16 at the time and away from home during the attack, but says police have told her more details about the crime in recent years.
There was evidence of footprints in the carpeting in the master bathroom, heavy footprints, as if someone had waited there in the bathroom for an extended period of time. My mother was beaten to death as well. She was killed by one initial blow to the head, but then beaten repeatedly as well.
And investigators say Greg Sanchez did not go quietly.
Gregory Sanchez gets up and runs and charges at the offender. The offender shoots Sanchez through the cheek, but it was a non-fatal wound. You see a fight occurring in the closet area where ultimately the East Area Rapist kills Sanchez with multiple blows to the head. I think that scared our offender. He got into a physical fight. He's probably thinking, I could have been caught, I could have been killed.
As suddenly as he began, the East Area Rapist goes quiet. It appears that his long, hellish career may finally be over. But appearances are not what they seem.
He came back and got my sister.
Next, they were teenagers when they lost loved ones to the East Area Rapist, and now Crime Watch Daily brings them together for the first time.
You finally get somebody who understands what you're going through.
And it turns out there is one descriptive feature of the East Area Rapist that virtually every survivor of his rage remembers. Wow. That's really interesting, isn't it?